Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the Men Save Your Marriage show. My name is Terry. I'm your host. I did an autopsy on my failed marriage, and now I use the lessons that I learned to coach other men on how to save their marriage before it fails. I'm going to share with you the things I wish someone would have shared with me before my marriage failed. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome in. This is the Men Save Your Marriage show. As you know, my name is Terry. I'm your host. I am thrilled to be here with you today, and this is episode number 68. We are still in the Watchtower Series, and we are continuing with that series today. This series, or this episode today, is this one, you're going to hear the title, and if you read it, fine, but it's going to just hit you a little different. You just listen to the episode, because I'm going to challenge you to be a father first and a husband second. Now, I know you're in a fight for your marriage, and I know that may not make sense because what you're really trying to hold on to is the marriage to take care of the children. But I just need you to listen to this episode, and I promise you it will make sense. So, in the introduction, you heard the bell. You know what that means. That means that you and I have stepped into the ring, or we are in the ring to fight. We're not fighting each other. We are fighting together to save your marriage. And as I said, you're listening to the Men Save Your Marriage show, where there's no judgment, no fluff, just a straight shot of clarity into the middle of the chaos that right now is your marriage. And this is the Watchtower Series, where I climb the tower, scan the horizon, and sound an alarm. As you know, I talk to a lot of men because of where I'm at and what I do, and I am seeing some repeated things throughout a lot of marriages. That's why this series exists. So these episodes, gentlemen, are not soft, and they're not for the passive. They are warnings, and they are wake-up calls. And if you're listening to this, more than likely you're listening because your marriage is in crisis. And if you're in crisis, consider this your call to arms. So as I said, this one is about being a father first and a husband second. If your children don't know what strength looks like, don't be surprised if your wife forgets what strength looks like. Most men in marriage crisis think that the battlefield is between them and their wife. And I'm sure right now that's how you feel. Okay? And while that may feel true, there's a deeper battlefield you're standing on every single day, and that is your role as a father. Because while you're trying to figure out how to fix things with her, your wife, your children are watching you. They are listening. They are learning. They're soaking in your tone, your passivity, your mood swings, your leadership, or even your lack of leadership. And if you're not careful, you're going to spend all your energy trying to repair your marriage while unknowingly transferring broken patterns to your children. Here's a truth for you. The way you father your children will either restore your marriage or reinforce its destruction. And I'm going to say that one again. So if you're driving down the road, or if you're walking on a treadmill, if you're out for a jog, whatever you're doing as you're listening to this, just pay attention. Don't run off the road. Don't stop running, but just focus on this and listen to this again. The way you father will either restore your marriage or reinforce its destruction. That, gentlemen, is a bold statement. But stay with me. I promise you I will prove it out. You see, your wife isn't just watching how you treat her. She's watching how you treat the kids. And in many cases, how you lead your kids will become the foundation for how she sees you again. This is something no one is talking about. No one is teaching, and every husband and every marriage needs to understand this, especially if you are in a strained marriage where you are currently fighting to save that marriage. So let's get into this. And if you were If you were with me a few episodes ago, I used an analogy of me tossing grenades into your life to disrupt the way that you think or what you think about and how you act about your situation. Well, hang on, gentlemen. Here comes some more grenades. And point number one, I'm going to lob the first grenade right into the middle of your life. Are you ready? Your children don't need your love as much as they need your leadership. Whew, that is a big statement, Terry. I'm sure that's what you're thinking, and you're probably wondering, there's no way that can be true. I need to hear what you have to say about this. Because the truth is, gentlemen, this one hits hard. Your children don't need your love as much as they need your leadership, right? We've all seen the sayings, the pictures on the wall and the memes and the screensavers that say, children spell love, T-I-M-E, right? And all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, they need your leadership more than they need your love. You see, being affectionate isn't the same as being a father. Being present isn't the same as being powerful. And being around isn't the same as being rooted and grounded. You can love your kids deeply and still be failing to lead them. And while you're busy trying to fix your marriage, your kids are becoming like you, whether you want them to or not. If you're a father, you're already a leader, period. That is not up for discussion. You don't get to have an opinion about it. You don't have to like it or want it, but it is true. You are a father, so you are a leader. So it's time for you to man up and understand that if you're a father, you're a leader, period. The only question is, what are you leading your children towards? Are you leading them towards things like emotional reactivity? Are you just always a constant explosion? Or silent passivity? Do you just smile, nod your head, and take it? Constant apology without change. How many times have they heard you tell their mother you're sorry? Weakness disguised as peace. None of those things appeal to us. And I gotta ask, is that what your children are seeing? Or maybe they're seeing strength under control in you. They're seeing firm correction out of love in you. Are they seeing a mission-minded masculine leader and man in you? Or maybe a calm, clear presence? Even if it feels like their world is falling apart, Dad is always calm and clear, and he's always there. You see, your kids don't just need affection. They need a map. They need a man, and they need a standard. And that standard starts with you. Now, here's what you may not realize, gentlemen. Forgive me. When your son watches you avoid conflict, he learns to back down. When your daughter hears you disrespect her mom, she learns to lower her standards. When your kids see you checked out emotionally, they start believing manhood is weak and soft and silent. Gentlemen, this is not about perfection. This is about intentional presence every single day. Because whether you show up strong or not, you are still forming the legacy your kids will walk in. This is a matter of generations. This is how you change the future. All right, on to point 2. And here comes another grenade. Your wife judges your value by how you lead the home. Oof, that one hits, doesn't it? Let's be honest. She may not say it, and more than likely she will never say it. But I will. She may not even be able to articulate it, but your wife is constantly measuring. How safe does she feel in the home with you? How disciplined are our kids becoming? Those are questions she may ask herself. How much weight does my husband carry or leave to me? Every woman feels this. She was wired to notice these things, in fact. And when she sees things like you ignore the tantrums, you avoid correction because you don't want to be the bad guy, You scroll through your phone while she wrangles the chaos of the children. You let her handle all of the decisions, the appointments, the discipline. Well, when that happens, you see, she starts thinking things like, I don't really have a husband, I have an additional child. And that kills her respect for you. That kills her attraction for you. And that kills the safety that she feels or should feel in your home. But what happens when she sees these things instead? What happens when she sees you calmly correct the children? Or she sees you initiate spiritual guidance in the home? When she sees you set standards or you hold space for both her and the kids, well, then something shifts inside of her. And she begins to think, even if she doesn't articulate it, even if she doesn't know how to articulate it, she begins to think and feel things in that shift. And she begins to feel things like, he's leading us. I can breathe. I can trust. I can rest because he is leading us. See, most men want their wife to respect them and to want them and to follow their lead. But if you're not leading the home, she can't trust you with her heart. And that begins with how you father. On to point 3. If you want to reclaim your marriage, build a legacy worth following. Now, we're going to begin to flip the script here with point 3, and we're going to initiate some change that can be dramatic. And I do want to pause here and just say for a moment, if you are a husband, I'm just going to assume everybody listening to me is a husband in a struggling marriage. Your marriage is strained. That's why you're listening to a show called Men Save Your Marriage. So that's just an automatic assumption on my part. If you are a husband in a strained marriage and you have children under the age of 18 that are still in the home, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe you have a decided advantage in saving your marriage because you can begin to change immediately how you father in the home, and she will see that change. Now, I will tell you from my perspective that when my marriage failed, my children were already up into late teens and young adulthood. And I had to figure out different ways to work on this for myself. And quite frankly, my marriage was failing, but I still needed to affect the change in my children that I didn't let them see when they were younger, which is why my marriage failed. So if you have children in your home, you need to count this episode as a blessing because you can begin to affect change now. So let's move on, shall we? Again, point 3, if you want to reclaim your marriage, build a legacy worth following. And we're going to flip this script, right? What if your crisis isn't just about fixing what's broken, but about becoming the man your children will rise behind? What if this moment, right now, this heartbreak, this tension, this leadership vacuum it's a call from God. It's the fire from heaven. It's a divine shove that is saying to you, build the house, be the king, and raise the standard. Because let's just face it, okay? The world isn't going to raise your kids properly. That is up to you. Culture isn't going to model manhood in a healthy way. That is up to you. TikTok won't teach your son how to lead a family. That's your job. And the minute you own that, your wife will feel it. Even if she doesn't say it, even if she's still guarded, even if she's halfway out the door. I've had men that are already separated, living apart. But if you can make this shift, everything has the potential to change. Because she will feel this shift in you. Not because you said something, but because you became something. Now, I'm going to teach you very quickly how to start fathering like a king. Number 1, set immovable standards. No more maybe rules. No more letting mom handle discipline. No more acting like a guest in your own house. Decide how your home will run and enforce it with strength and love. Number 2, model emotional strength. Don't blow up. Don't shut down. Don't lecture. Model calm correction. Be the anchor in the room. Be the gravity your kids orbit around. And number 3, speak truth into your kids. Not just rules, but vision, identity, and legacy. Say things like this. Suppose your last name is Davis. Say things like this. You are a Davis, and we do not lie. Say things like, you're a king in training. This house is where we forge that training for you to be a future king. Or say things like, you were made to protect and to provide and to lead with courage. Because fathers, husbands, you speak life. You speak identity. You speak purpose. You see, a father's voice becomes a child's internal compass. And when your kids feel that strength, your wife will feel it too. Tell me I'm wrong, because I know for a fact that I am not. This is how you can change everything today. All right, gentlemen, here are your orders of engagement. If you're a father, this message was for you. So I want you to do something for me if that's you. I want you to do 3 things, actually. Subscribe to the podcast, leave us a 5-star rating, and write a short, honest review. You have no idea what men are out there that could be listening or might be listening, but certainly need this content. They're barely hanging on. They're trying to figure out how to save their own family. And it's your rating and your review that very well might be the message that leads them here, or it sets the algorithm up in all of the servers and all of the different formats to find them. So subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, and write a short, honest review. And now some final words as we get ready to wrap up. Guys, you are not just a husband. You are not just a paycheck, and you are not just a guy trying to survive. You're a father. You're a king. You are a legacy builder. And your kids will either thank you or they will recover from you. So lead them. Speak. Guide. Stand. Not in perfection, but in presence. And when you do, your kids will rise. Your wife will feel this shift, and your house will come back into order. Not because you said so, but because you became the man who leads it there. And as a last, your marching orders. If you've listened all the way through this, then I have to tell you that you've been warned. You've been equipped. Now it's time for you to move. Don't wait for permission. Lead her. Pursue her. Protect what's yours. Lead the children. Give them the standard and set the example. The man your marriage needs is already in you, gentlemen. It's time to wake him up. This is the Men Save Your Marriage show. Share this if you've got a brother in your orbit, a buddy you work with, a brother, a friend, a buddy at church, whatever. If you've got somebody in your life that is struggling, who's in this same fight, share this show with them. And remember, when she looks at you, she's not hoping for a roommate. She's looking for a man with fire in his chest and a plan in his hand. Don't go silent, don't go soft, and do not disappear. Set your sights, stiffen your back, and lead with presence. All right, gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here today. This one may have sounded a little harsh at times, and I felt like I had my nose stuck right up against yours like a drill sergeant maybe, but I want you to understand, if you are a father and you have children in your marriage, you not only have an obligation how to raise them, but you have an opportunity in stepping up for them to shift and change your marriage and the way that your family is right now. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate you being here today. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode and hearing from you. In the meantime, I want you to go out and make it a great day.